What's up, guys? Got a Challenge Cup game for you today against a guy by the name of NexesOtaku. I'm sure it wouldn't really matter who it's against anyway, just because, you know, you can just gen up whatever you want in Challenge Cup. And then that's how it works. As you can see, I've got some definite, like, really bad stuff. Well, not terrible stuff. I definitely could have gotten more. So I got a sun kernel in the game before this. And I don't want to talk about it, but we're just going to go ahead and jump right into it. I don't even really try to narrate Challenge Cup games. I'll give it an effort, don't get me wrong, but just these kinds of games, there's just the what the fuck moments that need to be explained, and then just don't blink or you'll miss it. But he misses body slam thanks to hustle, and that sucks because that reveals counter, that I have counter. So I'm going to switch up moves, go for Toxic, actually predicting the switch just because he's probably not going to want to stay in here. He ends up going for Torment. So I can't go for Toxic next turn, which I'm totally okay to. I don't really want to. I mean, it would give him the security of switching out to something and ensuring that it doesn't get Toxic. But I'm just going to go for Grass Pledge right now, predicting the switch now because he doesn't really have any business staying in while I have counter. But he goes for a Hustle Boosted Body Slam. Does a lot. And on top of that, he does get the paralysis. And weird shit just happens from here. Weird, bad shit. So he goes for Frustration and misses while I'm able to get off the counter. I'm like, okay, Torment means I can't use counter on this next turn. So he's going to be safe going for it, which is hilariously awesome. So he goes for Frustration, and I get paralyzed, which is just, what the fuck. I think my fourth move was Hyper Beam, and I tried going for it there, and I wasn't able to do it. And then he just ended up missing the moves on the turns that I needed him not to, which really sucked. But if it's any consolation, I'm going to do something kind of cool right now. So I was looking at my team, and I don't really look at the stuff that I gen, like, or salve, whatever you want to call it. I just load the stuff into the party and then go on to Wi-Fi, and then I usually check something after my first poke dies so I can determine what I have for it. And I have Protect, so I'm just going to go ahead and Protect stall out the rest of his HP, and Piplup technically took that thing down. But in comes Bulbasaur, so we got ourselves a little starter competition going on right now. I'm going to go into Cacnea just because I want to take the grass move, and turns out he goes for Amnesia. Now, this is bad because I have 3 special moves. I don't think he knows that. You can try to make assumptions, but it's Challenge Cup. It's basically random pokes at semi-random levels with semi-random, mostly random movesets. I don't think it really takes into account what is and what isn't legal on the same set. So in theory, you could probably get a Belly Drum, Aqua Jet, Azumarill, but the odds of it would be critically low. Some people get really good things, other people don't. In this case, I figure I should be good to take one of his hits because there's no guarantee that he actually has Stab. And I took a really big gamble by doing that. And it turns out that he doesn't, or he just didn't go for it because he went for Poison Jab. And I ended up going for a Grass Knot just to get off a big amount of damage just because he does happen to be pretty heavy. Cyndaquil's got Nature Power. In case you are not familiar with why I have my background regularly, if you switch Nature Power, if you put a different background in a battle involving Nature Power or Secret Power, it ends up screwing up the entire course of the game. So I have to keep the regular background just because I do have Nature Power. And I got an Oko on the Emboar. I think the crit probably mattered, but whatever. What are you going to do? So I go for Double Kick. In hindsight, I probably should have gone for Flamethrower right here. I was just going for super effective damage. I did have the Flamethrower, so I just don't really know why I didn't go for it. Maybe I thought it would kill. But it doesn't on both counts. I get pretty much near the expected amount of damage. And he has Rain Dance and Aqua Tail. What? I don't even know what to do now. Like, it really sucks that I don't have Meganium. And it turns out that there's going to be a lot of occasions where I definitely could have used Meganium in this game. And losing it that early, I did not realize it was going to be that big a deal. But whatever. And on top of that, he has Thunder Punch. And I'm just sitting here like, what the fuck? I never thought I'd say this thing would be a threat. But when you look at what I pulled, it's kind of threatening because I don't want to take another Thunder Punch just looking at the amount of damage it did. Damage variation isn't really going to be too kind. I could die from the next one, so I try to Protect right here, just stall a little bit of damage. It was obvious, but I had to do it. So he ends up going out into Bulbasaur. I don't know what else he has, but I know he has Amnesia, and I don't even know what this Altaria has. I'm just expecting to take a Grass move, and he has Leech Seed. I'm like, damn it, that's actually a mildly good move in Challenge Cup. Cyndaquil, the funny thing about Cyndaquil is if I had lived the Aqua Tail, I have Eject button, which is probably the funniest item I got. There's another funny item that I get, but I'm going to mention it in a little bit. But for now, my Altaria has Dragon Dance, which if there's a silver lining to this cloud, which if you look at this sprite kind of carefully, there kind of is. So at least I get D-Dance. But I only have one physical move, and it turns out to be Secret Power, which I believe in a regular Wi-Fi background like this, just has a 30% chance of lowing accuracy. I have not researched that. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert on Secret Power, but
that's what happens. It's a normal type move, and then it changes just based on the environment that you happen to be battling. It's kind of like nature power, but it just changes the effect, not the actual move. But I'm going to Onix, actually predicting the rock stab now because that's probably why he goes into it. And I'm going to go ahead and sub because I think, you know, I kind of want to scout out the rest of his team. And the motherfucker's got double team on this. I don't like that. I don't like that. But the funny thing is this Modest is Onix. No, this Modest is Onix. What? No. This Onix is Modest, and it's holding Iron Plate, and I have Flash Cannon. But of all the fucking items in the game for him to have, he has the Babiri Berry. What? What? I really can't. I have lost my ability to can forever. Straight up can't at this point. But he goes for Dig. I'm just going to go for any old move just because I know it's going to end up missing anyway. And I'm hoping to go for a Flash Cannon and maybe get the kill on this one. Then it turns out I end up missing because of double team. And he kills me off owing to Iron Head. And I'm just sitting here with my face in my fucking hand like, what just happened? Can somebody please explain that to me? That was... I was dying from laughter because of all the attacks for me to have, the attack types, and of all the items for him to have, just shit's worked out like that really weird in Challenge Cup. So I'm gonna go for Toxic because just reasons. He has Smackdown, he has Iron Head. I'm pretty sure I can take either one. I didn't know I was bold at the time, but that kind of helps. It's actually kind of a decent nature on this guy. I asked to let Protect, so I got the Toxic off, and I'm gonna stall just to avoid the Dig damage and to get a little bit of poison damage going on, but I'm going to go for the Frustration right now because it is my move of choice, and it turns out it actually does a decent amount, so I think this thing kind of hates me. But he's going to go for the Iron Head just to get some more damage off. I can go for the Protect right here easy just to get rid of this thing, but he's going to predict that and go into Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur was a huge thorn in my side this entire game, and it just really pissed me off because I don't really have anything to take this thing on. The only fire type I had ended up dying to a combo that I didn't even think was possible on that thing, but I guess it is. So Piplup goes down to that. Now the cool thing is I quad resist it being an Altaria just because I have the dragon typing and I have the flying typing. So I can go ahead and go for D-Dances safely until I see that he ends up getting confused with Paddle Dance, which will either be at the end of this turn or at the end of next turn. If it's at the end of next turn, that's a treat because I get to get another D-Dance up, and I'm not even worried about crits because if you saw how much I did, the next crit is going to do like, what, 40 damage? That's still pretty damn close to nothing. And I was really, really, really hoping that Secret Power was going to do a little more, but I guess not. So we'll see how much it does, I believe, on this next turn. As I go for it, maybe some accuracy drops too, that would be nice. But after +2, it only does like probably a third. At least he hits himself, and he brings himself closer to half. But I'm just going to keep going for it. I believe he sends in his Cranidos right now as Death Fodder. You know, the Cranidos Rampardos line having... The only good things they have about him are their HP and attack. Rest that kind of sucks, and he's at a low amount of HP anyway. I'm pretty sure would have killed him off regardless, but... Goes into Bulbasaur again. His Bulbasaur, and the longest time I was forgetting what poke does he have left. This is going to suck. Now, here's the weird thing. He misses Leech Seed at, you know, 100% accuracy without having an accuracy drop. I finally get an accuracy drop right here, and he hits it. What? I can't. And not that it really ends up mattering. It was just kind of a last-minute fuck you to my face. Because I really know what I'm going to do about Snorlax. I forgot that thing existed. If I had Meganium at a full amount of HP, granted, I didn't really know what I was going to do about Zweilous' Wireless either. I don't think I really had anything to take that thing on in the first place. But I'm going to go for Secret Power right here, just in a last futile effort. Does nothing, and he takes me out with a Double Edge. So that's going to be the game. Challenge Cup is kind of weird like that, but it ended up a little bit in his favor. You just kind of got to make do with what you have, and I don't know. I thought that whole Onix fucking... Cranidos thing, I was dying at the stream if anyone was there. It was just really hilarious. Anyways, that's gonna be the game. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I realize some of you are not the biggest fans of Challenge Cup, but I don't really upload it too often, so I figured today, why the hell not? It's Friday. So anyways, if you did enjoy it, you're welcome to leave a like rating, comment, subscribe, do your thing. Kind of a length of video. I did get a couple of other good games today, and I'm sitting on a good stock, so expect just to see the regular content over the regular schedule kind of thing, and I'll see you guys on Monday.